Happy Monday! Mondays, we stay home and we clean, and it's always desperately needed because we are hard on the house on weekends and we're real busy during the week. So Monday is cleaning day, but first, breakfast. Okay guys, we have a new mascot on the channel. Caroline is out, the Stanley is in. This is my first Stanley. I've always thought it was real dumb to spend that much money on a cup because let's be honest, it's a cup.
And yet you just did yesterday.
Shut your face. But I saw her in the Target app a few days ago, and I swear on the app it said releases 4/1, like be ready, expected to sell out quickly. I walked into Target looking for Pop-Tarts and Legendary chips, and lo and behold, there she was. And I just stared there for a second like, that can't be the one because it's not out yet, because it was not April 1st yet. But it was, and she was there, and I was like, you know what? I have to do it. Caroline got one for Christmas. It's back here.
I want the yellow one really bad. It's only $35 on the top.
It's only $35 for a cup.
Oh yes, you spent $35 too.
It's mine though. You already have one. That's the difference. The difference is she already has a Stanley.
I want one that's not like in your face.
I'm not. Anyway, so I do really like how cold it keeps water, and we learned that with Caroline's. It is like an effective cup, and this one is so pretty. So I had to. I've been looking at Corksicle and Stanley and Yeti and just trying to find one that I loved, and there just hasn't been one that I was absolutely in love with until I saw this color. This is Aster, I think it's called, and as soon as I saw it I knew. I was like, all right, well, this is the one. I was supposed to buy a Corksicle one when we went to Disney because I was like, oh, I'll get one with Disney stuff on it, and I didn't because I wasn't in love with them, and they're just as expensive anyway. So I don't know why I feel like I have to explain myself when I'm like, I got a Stanley. Probably because for years I've been like, really? We're paying this much for a cup? That's real dumb. But here I am. So now I need charms for it because it's so cute. I love her. Yeah. So this is the chocolate flavored Legendary Pop-Tart. These are made more of protein. They don't have as much junk in it. My plate is dirty already because Caroline used it for her Pop-Tart this morning. They're kind of pricey, but they are worth it. Well, I think the kitchen is where I'm gonna start today because it needs it. And I will feel better when this room is organized. So here we go. So I ran down here to take the cooler and stuff that was sitting in the kitchen back to where it belongs. And I thought I'd give you an update on the washer and dryer situation. It's still not like fixed, but my husband is incredibly handy and he went ahead and fixed it enough, and then he ordered the parts. So I can still use it, but we're like babying it. So I'm doing small loads on like a delicate setting. The dryer is fine. And then when those parts come in, hopefully my washer is then fine and I can wash clothes in bulk without worrying that my basement's gonna flood again. So fingers crossed. And I just realized that as of tomorrow, it will, well, while I'm recording this, tomorrow will be April 1st. And the Riolana consignment stuff, you can go in and start picking up your barcodes like April 6th. So I gotta get all that stuff fully uploaded. I did a chunk of it and then I didn't do any more. So add that to the list. And my parents' meeting is tonight for my new cheer squad. So I gotta do that. Make sure I've got all my ducks in a row there. It's only 9:26 though. So you guys are hopefully watching the video that I scheduled for today at 9 a.m., which was water in the basement. And then we've got a horse birthday party coming up for you. It's scheduled. It will release tomorrow for me, so April 1st. And then you guys will probably get this one. So that's where we're at. We're all caught up. I got some of the stuff off the floor, some of the drinks put away. I think I'm gonna do the dishes. And then other stuff. Okay, so it's 10:30 now and the kitchen is cleaned up. I feel good about it. And I was about to move on to the next task when I realized I did not stop for the fit kit for our warm-up jackets, and I need that for tonight. So we are getting back in the car, going for a little drive again. Okay, we are home. It is now 11:35 and we are hungry for lunch. So we ran out to go get the warm-up jackets. And then I was texting with my friend who also coaches with me and was like, hey, you're picking up the uniform kit, right? Because in the meantime, I'm getting emails from a couple of the parents like, man, we've got 6 other meetings today. They're all right around the same time. Like, is there any way we can get in and out of your meeting to get to these other meetings? And I was like, oh, I want to help them out. But I also need them to be fit for their uniforms. So this cup falls off the fridge periodically. It just like shifts slightly every time the fridge opens or closes, and then it falls off and scares the crap out of me. So then I put in a text to we use Rebel athletic cheer uniforms. So I put a text out to our rep who is local to us, and she was like, I can have the fit kit on my porch for you right now. And I was like, sweet. So, and she did, because she's amazing. So I went to pick that up, and hashtag coach life. Now we're starving and it's time for lunch. So for lunch, we're having Egg Life wraps with turkey and Gouda. We're gonna try this. They're gonna be like pinwheel sandwiches. I saw this in our type 1 normal group on Facebook where they talk about foods that are safe for diabetics. So this would be like protein heavy sandwich, which is perfect for us. You do not need carbs to thrive. You don't. So let's see how this goes. Now, this is not our first rodeo with Egg Life. You could just eat it like this, but I feel like it's kind of rubbery. Not crazy about the texture, and neither is Caroline. So we have found that if you put them in the skillet, I'm not gonna be able to fit 2 in there. If you put them in the skillet, they're just better. The texture is better. And if you get the cinnamon ones and put them in a 0 sugar chocolate sauce, they're real good. Okay, that is not a bad looking lunch. She may need a little bit of insulin. We're still figuring out these legendary chips. I don't feel like they have the same effect on her as Quest. They seem to be a little bit easier on her system. And then we'll probably do a little bit of R to cover all the protein. Hi! Have some lunch. So this Deli Fresh turkey is what we're using because as I was looking at all of the like prepackaged turkeys and roast beefs and hams and everything else, do you know that they add sugar to everything? Like every single brand had dextrose, cornstarch, or modified corn syrup. It's meat. Like, can we just not add sugar to our meat, maybe? Like, we have a real problem in this country. Like, there is a serious addiction to sugar, and that's because it's literally in everything. Some cheeses even have it, which is insane. Hey, boo-boos. I need to get up and keep cleaning, boo. It's hard to get back motivated. We have our cheer parents meeting tonight, so I've got a list of some things over there I've been working on. And now I'm gonna make some brownies, and Caroline wants another wrap, so I'm gonna make her another wrap, and then I need to change the guinea pig cage. It is now 1 o'clock. I feel like I wasted a bunch of time around lunch. However, I also was working on the parents meeting stuff, and that's tonight, so that can't wait, so it's fine. Now, I've not done this on brownies yet, but I'm gonna sprinkle this around the top and let it like soak in. I think it's gonna be really good. I really like the keto brownie mix from Duncan Hines. I also really like the frosting that is keto. When I did these last time, Caroline and Sean said they were too sweet. Ooh, ooh, well, that got messy. Oh well. Okay, in you go for like 20-25 minutes. Now we are boiling allulose and stevia to try and make tangaloo.
Look at this perfect little sugar.
It's perfect. Eat it.
Okay. Wait, where's the
Wait.
stevia?
Alright, while this boils, or comes to a boil, I'm gonna vacuum the living room. Mew mew.
Miracle baby.
Okay, so I did the living room. Looks good, looks good. Now I'm gonna vacuum Caroline's room because she cleaned it. I did my room. We're doing good. My coop! My coop! Alright, next up is to get rid of the receipts. Alright, so we are achieving the amber color, but it is not thick yet. And we can test it. See how it's dripping? So we gotta wait for it to get a little bit thicker. We talk about this a lot, but I use Fetch. You can also use Swagbucks Magic Receipts to get some gift cards for the money you're spending. I'm not sure that these are done yet, but oh my gosh, they look so good. And the toothpick test has shown that the brownies are not done yet. So they're back in for another like 10 minutes. I feel like I severely overestimated how much time I was going to have at the house today because it is after 2 and the tangaloo or whatever is cooking. It's even more amber, but it's still not thick enough to dunk. We've got to get an ice bath ready for the fruit because once we dunk it, it has to go into an ice bath. The pig's cage still needs to be changed. I just got derailed doing a list for the school so that they know who made my cheer team this year. And it's just like time is flying and I'm like, no, I'm so enjoying being home today. The rest of the week, like we do stuff, so this has been really nice. But now I'm like, I gotta go to CVS, we gotta pick up a script, I gotta go out to Hammond. I wanted to have like a dinner ready for tonight, but I don't see that happening. All right, do you want me to dip it or to go sideways for you? There you go. You can tilt it so you can get it deeper. Is that raspberry getting it? Oh, some of it did. Do you need to use the spatula or do you want help?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the spatula.
Okay. Painting. It's at a small pot, but we probably needed a deeper one.
Yeah.
And then into the ice bath. Submerged. And then out so it can dry and cool and harden. This is interesting. I did not, in fact, have time to shower, but I look okay. My chicken coop came, so I need to get that away from the front of the house where it could be easily stolen. This is coming down. This is going up. There are very few things in this life, in this world, that I will say I am not capable of doing. I was very much so raised that I can do anything and that I should at least attempt to do it So, holy crap, that was heavy. But I did it. I moved it to the back. And next nice day, hopefully tomorrow, after barn chores, I'll be out here getting it set up. Horsies! I'm exhausted. We had our parents' meeting. It is now 8 o'clock. We fit 25 of my 28 cheerleaders this season, and their parents were there, and I introduced myself and kind of gave them a rundown of what to expect this season, and now I'm overstimulated and ready for bed. It's gonna be a really good season. Everybody seems really cool. It's just a lot of information to get out into the wild, and I think now I have like 2 weeks almost of I have like a week of a break, and then we get started with stunt practice, which is super exciting. It's like my favorite. Yeah, I have a whole pile of laundry to do, and then I'm going to bed. So I'm gonna turn on, I think I'm actually gonna start watching the Hawkeye TV show. We're going through all the Marvel movies, and the last one I watched was the Black Widow movie, which I did not expect to like as much as I did. I was just kind of watching it to fill in the pieces. I love Yelena, so I'm pretty sure that she is in the Hawkeye movie, or Hawkeye TV show. So I'm gonna watch that. I started it once, or Sean started it once, and I watched a little bit of it, and it was good. But I never actually committed, so it is time.